Hi and welcome to Cheeky Richo's soft, fluffy buttermilk bread rolls. We're preparing them in the Thermomix. The ingredients are in the recipe box below, so let's get started. We're using our own homemade buttermilk, which is a byproduct of when you make butter, and I've showed you how to make that in a different recipe. So let's get started. To our Thermomix jug, we are just going to add 500 grams of buttermilk, so we'll just tear that and add 500 grams. And we're just going to heat that. Speed 3, 60 degrees for 3¼ minutes. 3 minutes and 15 seconds, 60 degrees on speed 3.
Just add 1 egg, 1 teaspoon of salt and 100 grams of salted milk butter.
Now we're just going to weigh in 400 grams of our bread flour, which is half of our flour. So we're going to tear that and add 400 grams. Our yeast can go in now. And our bread improver. Ensure a nice soft fluffy mix. Lid on. Now we're going to mix this for 5 seconds on speed 6 and then knead it for 2 minutes on the knead function. This is what you should have. Just scrape down the sides and now 2 minutes on the knead function. Okay, at the end of that 2 minutes we're going to add our remaining half of our bread flour, so we just tear it again, and our remaining 400 grams. Okay, speed 6 for 5 seconds again. Scrape down the sides again and any moisture in the lid. And now we're going to knead it again for a further 2 minutes on the knead function. That'll be quite a sticky dough, and then we're going to put it to one side to prove. So 2 minutes on the knead function. Okay, after that 2 minutes, this is what you should have. We're just going to scrape down the sides again, make sure all of that flour is down where it belongs. You can see it's really quite glutinous now. And now we're just going to put it on the soft spoon method for 1 minute. Okay, job done. Now we're going to put it to one side now in a greased bowl. Take it out, just wiggle the little blade on the bottom and that'll just plop out. It's still quite a sticky dough, as you can see. Okay, now we just roll that over and make sure it's covered in oil on the top so it doesn't stick. Then we cover that with cling film and put it in a warm place to double in size. Now you could put it on a windowsill, you could put it in your oven after it's been switched off, after it's been turned on for just a few minutes. You could pop it on the dashboard of your car if it's parked in the sun, if you're living in a colder climate. So in half to 3/4 of an hour, this will have doubled in size. Okay, as promised, our bread dough has doubled in size. It's actually quite massive. We're going to cut it into our shapes and then let it prove again. So a little bit of flour on our work surface. We're going to just punch that down, scoop it all out. We've got a perforated baguette baking tray here. We're going to cut some of our bread dough off. Try and have it as even as possible. You can weigh that if you like in your Thermomix jug. Okay, so we've got 270 grams there, 200 grams there, give it a bit more, spot on, 270 grams. Okay, just put that to one side. And now we're just going to roll this so it will fit into our non-stick perforated tray here. Twist it around a little bit if you like and put it right to the end. Now it will go out the end, so don't go right to the edge if you don't have to. Just roll that out. Same thing, almost to the edge. That'll be really quite rustic when it's risen. Cover that with some cling film and pop it in a warm place to rise. And then we're going to bake it until it's nice and crispy and golden brown. So just cover that with some plastic. Okay, put that in a warm place to rise. Now we're going to work on our other bread dough and turn that into bread rolls. And we're going to pop that onto a baking tray, which has just been lined with baking paper. You can flour it if you like, but it does make a bit of a mess. So we're just going to cut this into fairly even portions. I'm going to aim for 100 gram rolls. Okay, here we have all our rolls. They're at 100 grams. Roll them around each other and pop them onto our baking tray. I just like to pinch the bottoms. And there we have 9 rolls and 2 baguettes. We're just going to grease a bit of cling film, pop that over the top of those and let them double in size. Should take about an hour or so. Okay, so after an hour, bread's risen beautifully. We're just going to pop that into the oven, 180 degrees, for about 20 minutes until it's nice, risen and golden brown. Okay, our super soft buttermilk bread rolls are beautifully risen and they are ready to go into the oven now. So into the oven, 180 degrees for about 15 to 20 minutes. Okay, our baguettes are nice and brown, hot and crisp from the oven. Turn them out. You can just see that hear that? They're hollow and they've got the little wrinkles and they didn't even stick to the pan. We're going to either make those into garlic bread or have them with our pasta dinner. Okay, after 20 minutes, this is what you should have. Our buttermilk soft bread rolls are fresh from the oven, sounding hollow, smelling divine, and ready for our dinner.